Hello all, welcome to Geography 4193 and 5193 class about sustainability and urban communities. This week we'll talk about sustainable development, urban planning, and environmental ethics based on two chapters by Howard and Leopold's contributions. Mm. Before we start the chapter, sustainability is the capacity to meet present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. So, using resources wisely so that the future generation can enjoy the resources as much as we did. Uh, Sustainable development is the process of improving human well-being by integrating three E's, that is environmental protection, social equity, and economic growth in a very balanced way. Historically, Howard proposed the idea such as the garden city to solve uh, overcrowding and pollution by blending city and countryside. And while Leopold proposed a land ethic idea emphasizing moral responsibility toward land and ecosystems. In practice, this means the solutions should protect nature, support fair social outcomes, and promote economic growth together. For example, the installation of and the use of solar energy reduces emissions, which is protecting environment, also creates jobs and helps in economic aspect of the community. And if made affordable to the communities or support communities through subsidies and other helps in equity. So one way to balance these three E's. This sustainability is also a basis for United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is called as SDGs. Uh, we'll talk more about SDGs in future classes. The first chapter highlights the idea proposed by Howard, the Garden City concept. So two figures here. The top figure about the three magnets. This figure shows three choices: town, country, and town-country dynamics or integrations. So each of these has its own merits and demerits. So towns offer jobs, culture, and opportunities, but also had problems like overcrowding, pollution, and high rents. The countryside provides more fresh air, beauty, and other health aspect, but lack in most cases lacks economic and social opportunities. Therefore, Howard proposed the town country magnet, which would combine the best of both jobs, social life, and culture of towns with the green space, greenery, and clean environment of the countryside. So, in the bottom figure, if you see, is a garden city plan, which is Howard's special design for Garden City. At the center lies a communal core with the public buildings and a park surrounded by residential and neighborhoods, cooperative housing, and followed by a green belt. So the outer ring contains industries and workplace connected by different means of transport, such as railways, ensuring people could live near both the jobs and green spaces. The circular layout symbolizes the harmony, order, and easy access to shared amenities. So together, the figure shows Howard's philosophy not to choose between city or countryside, but to merge them into a healthier and more planned community. The second chapter, which is Leopold's land ethic idea, highlights land ethics, which is expanded the idea of sustainability beyond human needs to include entire ecosystems. In a San County Alumnat, 1949, Leopold argued that a thing is right when it preserves the integrity, stability, and the beauty of biot community, meaning that the ethical decisions should protect soils, waters, plants, and animals, not just serve human interest. He was talking about more of a ecosystem services at the time. So he criticized conservation focused only on economics, such as saving forest only for timber value, and instead called for a moral responsibility to nature. This principle laid the foundation for deep ecology and modern environmental ethics, influencing how we think about sustainability today. For example, protecting wetland not only for its economic use like flood control, but also because it supports biodiversity and holds intrinsic ecological values, values for human beings and others, which is a main or core idea of Leopold's land ethic idea. So, how this Howard's and Leopold's ideas connect is the broader theme of sustainability. Howard focused on designing urban spaces that balance city and countryside through planned, which he called as the garden cities, while Leopold emphasized the ethical responsibility to care for land and ecosystems. Despite their different approaches, both stresses human nature integration, which means cities and communities must function in harmony with natural system. It must have equity and justice, for example, fair access to healthy environment and resources for all, and holistically or long-term sustainability, looking beyond short-term benefits to create resilient societies and ecosystems. In Howard's green belts around cities and Leopold's principles of preserving ecosystem both highlights the sustainable uh, development means human and nature thriving together, not competing or not in oppositions to each other. Um, in summary, the two chapters highlight how sustainable development requires both thoughtful urban planning and an ethical relationship with the natural world. So Howard's vision of garden city sought to balance the benefits of town and countrysides by integrating housing, green spaces, and community services in a harmonious design. And Leopold's land ethic expanded the idea of sustainability beyond human settlements, urging societies to value soils, water, plants, and animals as an integral member of the community. So together, their ideas emphasize that the true sustainability must integrate environment, equity, and economy, the three E's that we discussed in slide one, while fostering moral responsibility toward both people and ecosystems. And these lessons remain crucial today in addressing climate change, urban sprawl, and several other ecological problems that we see in our day-to-day life, ecological or environmental problems that we see in day-to-day life. This is it for this week's mini lecture. I will talk about more next week. Thank you.